Thanks so much, Tucker. Well, parents, bet this wasn't a lesson in your school. Planned Parenthood teaching teens at a California high school to choose their own gender, among other things. They're using this little picture. Take a look at your screen. It's called the gingerbread person. And the sex ed class doesn't stop there. But is this really Planned Parenthood's business, teaching your kids the birds and the bees? Here to weigh in is this week's parenting panel, psychotherapist Thomas Kirsting in the middle, host of the Moms, Melissa Gerstein, on the far left, and mother and chef from the Couple's Kitchen, Brooke Parkhurst. Nice to see all three of you this morning. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
I want to read to you what Brad Dacus from the Pacific Justice Institute said about the Planned Parenthood. He said they get more grants from the promiscuity of children. The material they have provided was material that mirrored their agenda, that money is at the heart of all of this, he thinks. Do you guys agree or disagree?
I just think it's inappropriate. I don't know if money's at the heart of it, but I think I want a science teacher or a healthcare professional talking to my children, not someone from an organization with a very clear agenda.
Yeah, I have a problem with this. I mean, it's kind of like having a fast food company come in and teach kids about nutrition in a classroom. And, you know, that's a parent's role. I mean, it's not something that we want Planned Parenthood coming in and teaching our kids. The thing that bothered me the most about it is that the kids felt pressured into having sex. We want to have 13-year-olds feeling pressured not to have sex.
We want them to be educated about diseases. We want them to know what to do if they're in a situation. And I want what I'm teaching my children to be mirrored at school. I think there has to be a constant conversation. You want to be open with your children about sex so they can come to you. And I think what they did alienated them. The gingerbread, let's show a young lady and a young male. I mean, that's ridiculous. It's almost mocking it. We have a penis, we have a vagina. We have to use these words. We have to use these words and educate our children with the right language.
Right, not be shy about talking about it. We are human beings after all.
Gingerbread.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
What about the part where, I mean, parents didn't know about this? Yeah. Parents weren't even aware that Planned Parenthood was there even teaching their kids. They had to learn about it when their kids came home. How would you have reacted, Brooke?
Why wasn't there a form that was sent out informing them of what was to come? I absolutely would have gone ballistic, I think, if Parker, our daughter, came home and told me about a ginger person. I would have gone straight to the principal, I believe. And I wonder if this is starting in California and now going to sweep across the rest of the country.
My son, who's 12, has had sex education in his school, and it was done by a health expert, and we were informed about the agenda, and people and parents can opt out. I don't know exactly the details of this opt-out situation, but it sounds like no one was informed properly.
I don't like the opt-out idea. I like the opt-in idea. You know, if you want to have another organization come in and talk to kids, opt in and do it after school hours, not during health classes when you have some outside agency that has its own agenda.
Go to our Facebook page, FF Weekend, weigh in on that one. Plus this, and we're talking about Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg asked during a town hall, he's been doing a lot of press lately, and he was asked by a mom, look, how would you, if you and I were married, how would you and I handle our daughter being on Facebook? And he said he wouldn't limit it at all, that he doesn't think that it's a bad thing to remove social media.
He can't even address this. He's not a parent. He has no idea. I'm dealing with this right now with my 12-year-old who's on social media with Instagram, which I regret to this day putting him on because I see all of the emotional behavioral problems with it. He has no idea. And he's touting his business. He owns the largest social media brand in the world. So I think this was a very ignorant comment by him.
Now, I got to touch on this one because this one I'm sensitive to this. I lecture on this all the time to parents. And I could tell you as a therapist in private practice, the majority of the problems coming to my office are kids that can't cope in the real world because they're spending most of their time in a virtual world. That's a problem.
Zuckerberg needs to stick to coding, not kids, because that's what he knows about. He has no idea about children. He knows about coding. It's like a car executive saying that every child should get a car at 16, regardless of the risks or the costs. Of course, it's a self-serving...
But I do think it's important that he has the mindset and he is answering these questions because this is what our world is now. Yeah. And he needs to know what's to come and how these children are reacting because of it.
He used to Facebook was wide open before. He's put a lot of privacy things in place over the years, listening to criticism. Maybe
I'm glad he got rid of that dislike that was in the, the play.
Great to see you guys this morning. Thank you so much. Go to our Facebook page and weigh in and let us know your thoughts on that FF Weekend.